scary to really cut that knot. Today the wind is very quiet, so my mind is on insulation. Again, yes, it's finished. No, I'm not done yet. The thing is, there's going to be insulation on the wall here, but now it doesn't fit because this insulation is sticking out so much. I tried really hard to make that better in the new part, but in the old part I was just like, I don't want to think about this, I don't know, just put it on and move on. So I somehow need to cut this or saw this off to make it more straight. Sawing is probably faster, but it's giving a lot of little pieces. So I'd rather try cutting first. Last week I started painting the standards, and although it looks like I did everything, I only did half. Because, of course, it started to rain again and I ran out of my paint mix. So now I have more paint and I'm going to do the other half. Quite some time ago I picked up a bunch of free wood, and with them came these wedges, which are just perfect because I have a flat roof. And a flat roof isn't supposed to be flat. It has to be a slightly bit edged so that the rain and the snow can fall off and it doesn't cave in. So that is just perfect because I have 16 wedges and I need 14. And that's especially very cool because they are not all quite the same size, it seems. Since I have a tiny house, I do not have the room at this very moment to lay them out next to each other and measure how to cut and make a roof out of this. So I'm going to pick these up, take them to a place where I can measure them out to make a not completely flat roof. And this is where I realized that if I put the wedges on like this, I wouldn't be able to tuck them out. So the wedges should be more to this side, but since I loaded them with the heavy side there, I had to flip them all over. feeling very frustrated right now. It's raining, it's very cold, and I just can't figure out how to move on. There is just this one construction on the roof that I just can't decide on what I want with it. I don't have any help on this. I'm just on my own. So I figured I'm just going to try and figure this out in a scaled model kind of version of my house, just to get an idea of how things are going to look like. And I don't want to just start and then run headfirst into trouble, and then knowing that I should have done it all differently. Because now I am at a point that I need to cut materials, and you can only do that once. So it's either good or not, and it's going to cost a lot of extra work. So I really try to figure this out before I cut it wrong. No, I don't want to cut it wrong at all. I just want to cut it right because I know exactly what I'm doing. And that's a feeling I don't have at the moment. So first things first, I need to figure out what I'm doing before I can move on. Oh, and it needs to get dry before I can move on. So much for the weather forecast. Yeah, I don't think I can paint these right now. You ain't gonna help either, do you? It's raining cats and dogs. You know that? Cats and dogs. You don't care, do you? All you want is a little stick. But I am not one to give up easily. I knew there were coming moments in this project that it would become difficult. This is such a moment. But I also know that I wouldn't have started on this project if I wasn't convinced that I could tackle each and every object that was coming my way. I have been scribbling on the margins of the newspaper and on pieces of paper, and I made my model to make a better idea of it. But now I want to see it in the real thing. I want to have a better idea of how it's going to look before I cut any materials off. And it's raining again. Of course. It's going to be raining all week, now and then, every day, a bit here and there. So yeah, I have to accept that it's going to be wet anyway. So I'm going to change into rain clothes, and I'm going to try to work in between the raindrops, because the work has to move on. I have to know where I am up to. I have to know what the next steps are. This whole week has been in the theme of getting the material ready for the next step. It's the end of the week, and I'm still not there. it's just scary to really cut that knot and go for it. It's just scary. It's just exciting and scary at the same time. Because if I do it wrong right at the start, I have to finish it like that and then have to deal with it later. It's just that I had something else in mind. Now I need more materials, but I don't need them right now. Fingers crossed that I have enough for just the roof and then build it out later. So that's the plan. So first I thought of just getting the roof done, getting it closed, and be done with that, and then think about all the other things like the outside paneling or the visuals on the outside. And now I just had to think about it and I changed my mind. Sorry, not sorry. It's all in the process. Welcome to chaos. Well, that's building, I guess, and life in the greater sense. It's just chaos and dealing with what's coming on your path. That's just it.